Thank you for joining us at xm.com for this Forex Preview video. I'm Cristina Marujos, and joining me today is Senior Investment Analyst Rafi Boyajian. We'll be looking at Canadian inflation and retail sales out this week. Now, even though the latest numbers out of Canada have been positive, the unexpected drop in the July employment did cast some shadows of uncertainty in the markets. Now, do you think these reports will have some unpleasant surprises in store?
We're not expecting great data this week. Inflation is expected to continue to decline. We did see a spike in inflation to 2.4% back in May. Then it dropped back. It's expected to fall again to 1.7% in July. Core measures of inflation, though, have held around 2%. So if those also start to weaken, then that would potentially give the Bank of Canada some leeway to cut rates preemptively. Looking at the retail sales numbers, they have been somewhat more mixed than the other data we've had out of Canada. We're expecting retail sales to decline by 0.1% in June. So if this week's data does point to some weakening of that strong momentum we saw since the spring in Canada, that would only heighten expectation that the Bank of Canada will probably cut rates later this year.
However, markets seem convinced that the country is heading for a recession. So are we a step closer to seeing the Bank of Canada adopting an easing policy?
So that's right. Markets are convinced that we are going to see a recession in Canada. We saw the yield curve between the 10 and 2-year government bonds invert in July, and that negative spread has only widened in August as the trade war escalated. So markets think that although so far the impact of the trade war has been limited on the Canadian economy, it's only going to get worse, and it's only a matter of time that the growth will start to slow significantly in Canada, potentially leading to a recession. And markets have priced in about an 80% probability of a rate cut as early as October. So it's really going to require a very strong data to convince markets otherwise.
And what about the loonie? Can it recoup some of its losses?
So the loonie has been surprisingly weak against the US dollar, despite the fact that the BoC has been on hold and the Fed has started to cut rates. And if we do see the data weaken over the coming months, that's only going to reinforce the market expectation, and the loonie is likely to fall further. On the other hand, if we do get some unexpectedly strong data this week, that could provide the loonie some short-term reprieve.
Rafi, thank you for joining me today. And thank you for watching us at xm.com.